Being dead, that's a scary thought for most of us, right? That's what this chapter is all about, the topic of death. Every time we're thinking of death, we visualize it like a finish line in which we will have to count all our achievements in order to determine if our life really mattered. Now, this is why, in Mark Manson's view, that death is what exactly defines life. If there would be no end, everything would be meaningless, like the absolute freedom discussed in the previous chapter. Once we can accept the reality of mortality, we eliminate all those artificial things that have no value in our lives. Once we can comprehend that our time is limited, we tend to become better at organizing things what really matters. This freedom of focusing only on the essential things in our life is the one that will bring long-term happiness, rather than those moments of feeling high which go along with the unimportant kinds of stuff such as possessions and desire to become famous. We are able to truly live once we become comfortable with the possibility of death. To underline the importance of death in our lives and why we are so afraid of it, the author refers to a book entitled The Denial of Death, written by Ernest Becker. Ernest Becker, an anthropologist, states that two main reasons represent our fear regarding the end of life. The first of it is known as death terror, which is caused by our possibility of imagining ourselves in a hypothetical situation. It is a trait which animals don't possess. So in other words, it can be seen as one of those characteristics which make us human. Be that as it may, being able to imagine ourselves in different situations ultimately leads to a deep form of anxiety. Because we are not sure how things will end, even though there is a multitude of possibilities. The other reason presented in the book is regarding the immortality projects. We extend ourselves over the physical part. That part is known as being the mortal one. However, there is also a second self known as the conceptual self. There is a reason we desire so much to have our names on structures and books, because this will ensure that even after our death, we won't be forgotten. It is exactly what causes all the fear and feeling of failing. We tend to live for our immortality projects instead of our lives. And as a conclusion of this, we end up always desiring to be alive, which means we never live. So, live to your fullest potential.